Welcome back to round one, where we play just the beginning of a game to give you a taste of what it's like. And by taste, in this case, I mean food that we're going to be serving.
Yes.
By round, I mean maybe more than one, though. Probably
a few
rounds. We'll see how many rounds we play, but it's going to be a few. This is a pretty short game. It's not incredibly short, but we want to give you an idea.
Taste.
Or a flavor.
Oh my gosh.
Oh boy, our puns are coming. This is the Yawning Portal. This is a Dungeons & Dragons game based on a tavern, if you're familiar at all, that exists in Waterdeep. We, in this case, are playing barkeeps at the Yawning Portal, and we're going to be seating heroes at this table. On either side of this row of different food items, we've got the blue ones here, the quippers and chips.
Cute.
Tankards of ale. Vegetable platters, pretty straightforward name there, and smoked ham.
Yum.
The heroes, which we'll show you in a second because I don't want to show Emily my cards, are going to have different combinations of those items across the top of their cards. And on our turn, we're going to be using one of these action tiles in front of us. Doing the action, all of the actions on the tile from left to right, and you must do all of them, Emily.
Yep.
And then flipping that tile over, revealing basically a secondary action on that tile. So the next time you use that tile, you're going to be using that other action, and then it will flip back. So there's some timing and some cycling of these action tiles that kind of comes into play in terms of what you're trying to do and sort of timing things out, because you'll find yourself not being able to do maybe necessarily what you thought you wanted to do because you don't have any of the tiles faced the right way.
Yep, and you'll see it happen, but some of the things we'll be doing is we'll be playing people out here, and we're trying to match up what they ordered with the food we already have at the table. Doing that will give us some money in the form of colored gems.
Yes, beautiful colored gems.
Beautiful, different colored gems. And what we're trying to do by the end of the game is get the most gems, specifically if we can have the most of one color, or if we can have the most different sets of colors. And then each way they'll be getting us different points. So
yeah, plus there's some objective cards here. Now there's more than 5 in the game, but we just had 5 of them here. They're going to give us basically first 2 achievements. The first to have 6 yellow gems, so on and so forth. Once you do that on your turn, you simply take that. Each of those is going to be worth 5 points at the end of the game. Now, we're going to get started. The first player is the person who most recently ate something. Emily had some peanut butter earlier.
I did. I had a little snack of peanut butter.
It's been a minute since I've eaten, so she's going to be the first player. It made me the last player, and I was able to organize these starting food items in a 2-player game the way I wanted them to. So I looked at my cards even to determine how I wanted to do that. Now, in a 3- and 4-player game, the table is actually bigger. There's these pieces that go in here, and there's actually more food to begin with. We're going to be playing the game until the end game is triggered by this space here and this space here having food in it. The whole table doesn't have to have food because there are going to be actions that allow us to move or take or remove food. But as long as these last 2 spaces on either end have food in them, the game end is triggered. That player is going to finish their turn and they're done. And then every other player gets one last turn. And then we'll add things up. So we're going to show you a few rounds of this, and then we'll come back and tell you about the full experience. So, Emily, now that the table is set,
yes,
please proceed.
Well, I'm going to do something to start that might not be too exciting, but it's building. So first, I'm going to take the yellow action. So I'm going to serve
a tankard of ale.
A tankard of ale right here. So I can serve it. It has to be next to it, adjacent to something that's already here. So I can do it on this side or that side, and I'm choosing this side. And I also get to grab a potion. These potions are cool because they're going to allow me to kind of reap the rewards of cards that are on the table later on if I take that action. Now that I've done both things, I will flip it over, and next turn I'll be able to use the other side of it.
Yes, that is an interesting thing. The whole flipping of the tiles is like you want to do a thing and you're like, oh, I'm going to have to do this thing first before I do that. All right, so with that done, and we're going to talk about serving those heroes perfectly right now. Because I am going to take an action. Now, of all my actions right here, I have 2 that lets me play hero cards.
Yep.
This one, though, requires me to remove a hero card from the table.
I didn't even give you any.
And there isn't one, so I can't do this, so I'm forced to do this. So I'm going to do this one right here. It's going to start by serving some quippers and chips. Pardon my reach. And you're going to always want to consider setting things up here. Ugh. That's no good.
And you're going to hope that he sets it up for me.
No, I'm not going to set it up for you. I'm going to place it down here because I don't want to help, or I could be hurting, but I don't want to help what she's trying to do here necessarily. So I'm going to place that. Then the next thing I can do is swap 2 plates on the table. And I'm actually going to swap, this is interesting.
It's got big plans.
I am going to, well, it's not going to work too well, but I'm going to swap this green
For the one you
and
just
this
put out?
blue
Okay.
for no real apparent reason. But the last thing, and this is the important thing, is I get to play a card from my hand. And I am going to play this card right here, which is the Tabaxi Ranger.
Ooh.
It says, her wit is as sharp as her arrows. And she wanted smoked ham and a tankard of ale.
A great meal.
Right in those positions. So a few things are going to happen. Whenever you play a hero card, you're going to activate that hero's ability. Down here it says you must flip one of your inactive action tiles. So one of my other 3 I can flip.
Ooh,
and I'm actually going to flip, I'm going to flip this yellow one.
Copying me, huh?
Yes, I am copying you. I like getting this gem exchange.
Yeah, it's nice.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. And then after you fulfill that action, you're going to look across the top and collect gems for every matching food that you did. And sometimes you won't get all of them.
Or
you could play a hero and just get one of them. But I'm going to get a red gem and a yellow gem, so I'll take those right now.
David, you're winning.
I am. We could quit right now.
Strong lead.
We could quit right now because otherwise she's definitely going to win. Then the last thing you do, if you happen to get a perfect match, which they call a perfect match bonus.
PMB, baby.
Or a PMB, which is this right here. If I got a perfect match, I'm going to take this bonus. In this case, it lets me draw 1 card. I can draw it from any of the decks.
And knowing which color you draw from, it'll probably have more of that color that it's looking for.
Yes.
And also, it'll then, if you complete it, will give your gems more of a bonus for scoring. So.
Yeah, the value of the gems is a really interesting thing. You'll see that probably after we're done playing. But with that said,
what you going for?
I am going to take another red card. And then you flip that hero over. Now I'm going to take a moment here to explain this. My action's over, but now that this hero's been flipped over, that is effectively helping the multiplier for red gems at the end of the game. If this were the end of the game, which it will look very different than this, blue gems, green gems, and yellow gems are all worth 1 point because we have those showing once. There are 2 red gems showing, so all red gems are worth 2, so I have already got a lead.
Yeah, right now you have 3 points.
Again, I think we could quit right now.
Absolutely nothing. Go
pleased with my score situation. So that's my turn. Back to Emily.
Back to me. Okay, I'm going to go right on here, and I'm going to do the red action. So I'm going to take that smoked ham.
Oh, I don't like this. I don't like where this is going.
Actually, I'm going to go right there on your side.
Did I help you?
Maybe.
Oh, no, you
Who
put the
knows?
green,
Who
so
knows?
I see what you're doing.
And then I get to remove a card. And this can be one that's face up or face down. I'm just so happen to be removing the one David just completed.
So now my red gem is worth 1 measly point, just like the rest of them.
Sorry, David. And then I'm going to play one. And I am actually in love with what you did last turn because it's perfect for me. So I am playing the Dwarf Paladin, who is as adept with a fork as he is with a blade.
Oh.
So that's great. And he's going to allow me to remove 1 face-up hero card and put it in your hand. There is nobody else face-up right now. So
and that
kind
is
of
a
wash.
May. Yeah, the hero abilities are often a May, so no hero card.
But it was still great for me because I do get that PMB. So I get a red gem, a blue gem, a yellow gem, and because I got it perfectly, I'm going to get an extra blue gem.
Is that a blue card also? I don't like this.
And so he flips. He's been attended to.
See, now the tides have turned.
Very quickly.
Very quickly. And you'll see that happen in this game because you get a lot of collections of gems, you get a lot of gems out here, and then all of a sudden...
People come in, people come out.
Especially in a 4-player game. If I had a bunch of reds and there's the reds face up, they're all going to be gone because everyone else is taking turns. So it really shifts a lot during the game.
And then I'm going to flip mine. David, I'm not sure if you flipped yours the last time.
I didn't. I cheated.
Keep him honest, guys.
Oh, I should have flipped a different one now that I'm thinking of it. But I'm okay. Back to me. Well, let's see here. So I am going to... I'm going to do the same thing right back at you.
No. David, I worked for that blue gem so hard.
I'm going to play this, which lets me play a smoked ham. And I'm going to place it right here.
Okay.
And then it lets me remove a card. Bye-bye.
Bye.
To the blue gem. And then it lets me play a card. Now, this is where I think I'm going to do this. This gives you an example. So you can play on either side of the table.
Nice.
Just like Emily did. The hero ability on this one, by the way, this is a Tiefling Warlock. You may remove one food token in front of this hero. If you do, replace it with another token of any color.
Oh, interesting. Which one are you going to remove?
Well, I may, and I'm not going to.
Okay.
I wish
there was something
there was something that allowed me to put something there. So I'm not going to do the hero ability, but I get a green and a red.
Okay.
And I don't have a perfect match bonus. So the hero is just going to sit there until it's either removed, like we've done so much so already, or someone gets a smoked ham right here, and they'll get the perfect match bonus, but they won't get any of the gems from collecting. You only get those when you seat a hero.
Yep.
So that is my action. I'm going to flip this like I didn't last time. And back to you.
Okay, I'm going to do the other side of the yellow one. So I'm first going to play a card. And I'm going to play off of what you just did. I love that. Oh. With my gnome bard. He sang a song of surf and turf. Unfortunately.
What do you get from that?
So right now, nothing's great.
Oh, nothing. Okay.
But it says you may move one food token to an empty space in front of this hero. I'm going to move this smoked ham right there. So he will give me one red gem. The other one's not so much. But then that does complete the one that David just put down.
That is a sly move. Mm-hmm. So she placed one hero, but ended up finishing off mine. So you get the PMB there, which is drawing a card and a white gem.
Yes.
While you select your card, I'm going to explain white gems.
Perfect.
If you hadn't guessed, white gems are wild. But here's the rub. The moment you take a white gem, which is a diamond, by the way, you have to assign it to a color of gem. So you're going to keep these stacks of gems. So what are you going to make this?
I'm going to have him be my first green because eventually I want to get sets, and green is what I have nothing of.
That is true.
So see, he's done. He'll get to get flipped. And then the second part of my action is I get to exchange one gem for two. I'm going to exchange a blue since there's no more blues on the board right now. And could you give me a yellow and a green? I'm just going
a yellow
straight.
You're going sets. Okay. I see what you're doing. I haven't even looked at these cards out here really closely, so...
And that'll be the end of my turn. Flip it back over, and it's back to David.
All right. Well, where is the potion? There it is.
Yeah, so David hasn't looked at these cards yet, but there is first to have 6 yellow, first to have 6 blue. But I'm kind of going for that first to have 3 of each. And I have 2 of quite a few, so I'm just hoping to keep inching on towards it.
I am going to seat the yellow card like you did. So it's going to let me play a card. I am going to play this Orc Druid right here. As you can see, it matches nothing. You're wondering to yourself, David, why did you play the Orc Druid right there in the center of the table? Well, because I'm very short-sighted and I like short-term goals. Its power says, you may score the PMB of one adjacent face-up hero card.
Oh, that's nice.
There's a face-up hero card right here. It's going to give me a card and a white gem. I'm going to take that white gem, and I am going to make it yellow. So now I have 2 of those. So that's all I'm going to get from that. And now I'm going to be able to exchange a gem, and I'm going to exchange this green gem for 2 yellow.
Perfect.
Hope I'm not telegraphing what I plan. And my action's done, so I flip the tile over now.
What I'm going to do next, I'm going to take the green action, which we haven't done yet. And so with green, I'm going to put out a plate of vegetables. And so I can again put it on the ends, but this time I'm going to fill in that gap we left in the middle right there. When I do this, I also get 2 cards, and I'm going to take probably some more blue because we got quite a few blue in the middle, and then maybe a yellow. See if we can work off that end again. And that's it for me. What's nice about the green is that on the other side, the other action is going to give me a white diamond right away and allows me to get rid of a card. So that's pretty powerful.
Yeah, just to get a white diamond.
I know.
Like it's fascinating to see a game where it's like there's wilds and there's an action just to take one.
Yes.
Which is nice. Yes, I can do this. Thank gosh.
Oh, no.
I'm going to play a card. So I'm
Who's
going
it
to
gonna
play.
be?
This is a dwarf cleric. I'm going to play it right here.
Is she eating good? She's not eating one good.
Yeah, she's getting one thing. But before that, her power is you may reveal one hero card from your hand. If you do, score the PMB and remove the hero from play.
Oh, that's nice.
So I'm going to play that, and I will reveal this. This is the Elf Paladin. The PMB is just drawing a card.
Okay.
That's not the big win here. But I'm going to remove that from play and draw a card. I'm probably going to draw another... I'm going to draw a yellow card, actually. But before I do that, I had no cards in my hand.
There was a brief moment in time
There was
where
a
you had
brief
zero
moment.
cards.
Let's rewind. Cards back there. I have 0 cards, so I'm going to actually first to have 0 cards. That was what I was planning all along. Emily was sitting here thinking, what are you doing? You're taking a card in your hand. So I scored that, thankfully. This is probably going to be my only points in the game. Then I will draw this card.
You already have so many gems. What are you talking about?
Well, I mean,
You're almost at the first to 6
You have
for
good sets.
yellow.
You have good sets. Don't pay attention to anything. That was playing the hero. Now you have to remember to finish the whole action. I have to remove 1 food here.
Oh, and don't forget too, you got your your green gem.
Thank you.
She wasn't eating exactly what she wanted, but she had one thing that she was like, okay, I'll touch this.
The dwarf cleric, she got her salad, but she hasn't gotten anything else. She wants to drink, it looks like. Remove 1. I'm going to remove this one right here. And that's my turn. So we'll play a couple more rounds, probably 2 turns each.
Sure.
And see where things end up. And then we'll come back and tell you all about it. But go ahead, Emily.
Okay, so I'm going to do that action I was just telling you about that I was excited to flip over the green. So I'm going to just do that one where I get a white diamond. So I will take that from you.
What's it going to be?
It's going to be blue.
Oh, I
like where I'm at.
I don't
sitting
like
on
where
2
you're
of
at.
everything. I just need 1 of everything else. And I get to remove a card. I'm going to remove... What do you have the most of? Yellows? No more of her. Because she is
the
yellow.
Dwarf cleric just kicked out of the tavern with just a salad.
Just a salad, I said.
Oh,
That's
man.
it. Get out of here.
She's
Too
not
rowdy.
she's not coming back to the Yawning Portal after that. That's just bad service.
And that's it for me.
Okay. What can I do?
Unfortunately, it does open up the spot, so if he has something perfect to put there, but I'm planning on that. Maybe he doesn't. Maybe he wasn't thinking.
No, I don't have I did a thing. I kind of have to rebuild before I can really get much
That's the bad
else
part
done.
about not having any cards. Is
It is indeed the bad part. I think I'm going to do the green action. So I'm going to place a vegetable platter.
okay.
And I'm going to place it... I'm going to place it right here. Doesn't do anything for me, but then I get to draw 2 cards, and I am going to draw... you know what? I'm going to draw another yellow,
Nice.
and then I will draw a blue.
Ooh, blue cards. I have a couple
There's
blue
some interesting
cards.
things that happen in this game because eventually you start to see some stuff sitting on the table with no one eating it.
Yes.
And you might want to look into some of the piles to see if there's
Exactly.
somebody out there who just wants exactly that.
Like there's 2 blues here right now. I'm sure David was thinking to himself, maybe if I could just so happen.
Maybe.
But it's not a good plan, David, because I'm about to do blue.
No.
Yes. We're going to put some more blue on this end, and I am going to get to switch around 2 of them. So I'm going to switch around this plate of vegetables and this blue plate, and we're going to get to play the Drow Sorcerer. The fish are much more colorful in Waterdeep. And I got her exactly what she wants.
So what the power is, you must flip all of your inactive Oh, wow.
Which is great, because then I get to put them onto their other side.
Sort of their secondary side, which is
White
actually...
diamond, we're coming right back for you.
So the secondary sides don't allow you to put food down, although your red one flipped back to the primary side.
So it's
but they
good
have
times.
those spicier actions, I think.
For sure. So I'm going to get the 2 blue gems and a green one. And then I also get to pick up 2 cards. So I am flush with cards.
Wow. That was
I know.
healthy. Oh, the 2 cards from the PMB.
Yes, from the PMB, and then they're going to flip as well.
Oh, flip it.
I'm
what
so
2 cards
close.
are you gonna
I'm
take?
right there. I'm probably going to take a... I don't have any red, so I want to keep 1 at least in my hand, just in case something changes up here. But I'm also... I kind of feel like I'm going to take another blue again.
More blue, huh?
More blue.
Oh, you're pretty close. You just need a red and a yellow.
Or 2 blues to get that first to 6 blue.
Well, yeah, I have no blues. So
You're not playing for that one quite yet?
I might just let you take it right now. All right, it is my turn.
Yes.
This is the last turn.
Oh, God.
I'm going to make it big. So everyone pay attention. I'm going to play this action right here. It's going to let me put down a smoked ham. I'm going to put that smoked ham right there. And then I get to remove a card.
No, David. Don't do it, David.
Oh, bye, blue.
No.
Bye, blue.
I worked so hard for you.
It's a little bit of a different dynamic in 3 and 4 player games. In a 2-player game, you're literally just going to be removing the cards that are helping the other player at the moment. But it's a very different dynamic, but still fun. And there are actually solo rules, which I haven't tried yet.
Oh, interesting.
But it's a very small table. All right, so the next thing is I removed a card. Now I'm going to play a card. I'm going to play this one right here. This is the Tiefling Bard. First things first, you may move 1 food token to an empty space in front of this hero. It doesn't really matter, so I'm not going to do it.
Interesting.
And then the next thing is I get a blue and a red. Hey, my first blue.
There you go. He says he's not going for it, but then somebody's going to sneak up and suddenly...
I doubt it. I seriously doubt it. And I did get the perfect match bonus, which is a white. I am going to... What do you think I'm going to do with this?
Blue.
No, I'm not going to... Oh. I could be close, but I don't see me getting too green right away. But I am going to go yellow. So I'm 1 away from getting this achievement right here. Yeah, and then I'm going to flip our friend right there.
Oh, it's another blue back on the board.
I helped you out.
Thanks so much, David.
So that was, I don't even know how many rounds it was, but that was the first several turns of the Yawning Portal. We're going to go ahead and finish this up. We'll come right back, and I'm sure Emily will somehow figure out a way to completely destroy me, because the times we've played this already, she did it before. I'm sure she'll do it again. But we'll be right back to tell you about the entire experience. And we are back after what ended up being a little bit longer of a game than we anticipated. Now, it's not a long game. This was on us.
Yes, player controlled for sure.
We got into a situation where this was effectively the battle of the yellow gems.
Yes.
There was a card, if you remember, an objective that had 6 yellow gems. I got that one. But there was a point at which Emily saw, oh, you have a lot of yellow gems, and there's a bonus at the end for whoever has the most of any one colored gem.
Yes.
And she decided, you know what? I guess I'll just fight you on that.
Well, the thing is, if there's already yellow on the board, I'm like, I don't want you to score a ton of points or to have to keep trying to remove these yellows, so I'll just go for yellow too. And that way, even if I don't catch up, we'll both be scoring a lot. But I'm going to try to catch up. And so we just kept going back and forth.
And what it turned into is I'd get a couple and I'd have more. And then instead of like pushing the end game, she would do another thing so she could get a couple yellow, and it kept going back and forth. Finally, we'd had enough, and she did put the last food on this end of the table, and her last turn set up this space right here, and I had this card in my hand, which was
perfect.
Perfect. She had, what did you have, 17 yellow gems?
17 yellow.
And I had 16 at the time. That gave me, I think...
2 more yellow and a white diamond.
2 more yellow and a white diamond that I used as a yellow, which really made the difference there. So I did, that was all for just 10 points.
The more of the yellow went to David.
I did win those 10 points, and I needed those 10 points because I knew she had the sets, because I was not doing anything on green most of the game. So she was going to get 15 points for having the most sets. I was going to get the 10 points for having the most of any one color. And then, of course, was the main scoring, which was all the points for all the gems. And like you said,
we scored so much.
The yellow was insane. We played this game.
Each of our yellows are worth 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah, and I had 19, which I think was like 95 points or something.
That's more than you scored our last full game.
Right. The last game we played, the scores were much lower. Mine was in particular. I didn't even score 95 points in total our last game. I scored that in yellow. And then the greens and the blues weren't much, as you can see here. Greens and blues, there's
which
only
I was
one
sad about.
up.
I got 10 blues for like just 10 measly points.
10 points? It's as good as my yellow battle over here.
Sure.
And then the reds were worth a little bit more. They were worth 3 each, and you had a fair amount of those. So between those and the objective cards, so I ended up getting the first to yellow and the first to 0 cards, which you saw. What you didn't see is the very next turn after we went away from the camera.
Yeah.
Emily on that one turn got both of these.
The first to have 6 blues and the first to have 3 potions. And then I had also gotten the first to have 3 each.
Yeah.
So had more points coming in there, but that turn right after you guys left too was pretty good, pretty solid.
It was. She had 15 points there. I had 10. All in all, when everything was settled up, I had 132.
And I had 150.
Yeah, so she still won. Like I said,
I'm just the best tavern keep. What can you say, David?
You are the best tavern keep. No, it was a really interesting game. I was one step behind her on the potions.
Yep.
I was literally going to get 3 potions on my next turn.
And what you guys didn't get to see, because we didn't use the potion action until we were off camera, was that, so having these potions was really great too, because what the potions do is when you use an action to put them down, you get the perfect match bonus by putting the potion down. So like if I put them here, I would get not only a blue gem, but also another potion, which is just feeding this potion engine of just keeping going. And some of them were really good. I think one time we did one where we got 2 diamonds.
Yeah, you had one out of a card. She had a card that let her reveal a card, which I think I did on camera.
Yeah.
And take the perfect match bonus if she did. And that one was 2 white diamonds,
yeah.
which is pretty sweet. The other thing interesting about those potions is once a hero has a potion on them, they can't have another potion. And it doesn't mean they get flipped. It just is another way to tap into that perfect match bonus on their card, which can be a little thing that you can do to sort of make your next turn a little bit better. Because it is one of the actions, and all that action is just simply
put a potion out.
Put a potion out. Because you are getting kind of a free... probably a gem and something else.
Which is nice, too, with things like, because we had this card out forever, and we never got him flipped, because he just kept missing it by one. So putting the potion out is like, well, I at least get the bonus if we can never end up flipping him.
Plus, it was a yellow gem.
Yep.
And our other game, too, we didn't have, at the end of the game, as many heroes seated.
Yeah.
Because, again, the game ends when all the food reaches here and here. And in the last game, we found ourselves removing heroes a lot more than we did this time. And I think that's attributed to the fact that we both largely were going after the yellow.
Yes.
So at a
It's
certain
very
point, neither of us
player-controlled.
wanted those. Yeah, it is absolutely
Like last time I
player-controlled.
was really like trying to rush the ending. I was like, I think I have more of David than everything, so I'm just going to try to get us to this food table out as much as possible. So it was definitely more sparse. But this game, you can see it's a full table, almost full on items, and lots of points scored.
So as usual, Emily beat me in a game. If you have any questions about our playthrough or the game in general, please make them in the comments below. We're happy to get down there and answer whatever we can. And of course, until next time, make sure everyone has fun at the table, and we'll see you then.